Light and compact or bulky with pro features for a camera with amazing video, which will be the right fit for you. I've owned the Sony A7S III for almost 3 years and the ZV-E1 for almost 1 year. I want to discuss their similarities and differences and hope they can help you out to figure out if you need either of these cameras or which to pick between one of them if you're debating it. First things first, we're going to talk about the obvious part. Size of the cameras. What features are you missing out from the more compact body to the more pro-like body of these cameras? With the ZV-E1, you get a nice compact body that is very light and very easy to bring along with you for an everyday carry type of camera. With that being said, you're going to have a little bit of a drawback when it comes down to a camera like this. The bodybuilding feels a little bit cheap and more plasticky type of body compared to the Sony A7S III. You also are going to lose on having dual SD card slots as well as a viewfinder and more custom buttons. Now, the Sony A7S III has all those nice qualities and it makes it become more of a pro-like body camera for everyday use, but as well for more higher productions thanks to the extra custom buttons and the dual SD card slots. Due to the ergonomics of the body, the Sony A7S III will have better heat dissipation to not overheat compared to the ZV-E1 that's had a little bit of a track record of overheating after long periods of recording when the Sony A7S III has not. So if you're looking to do longer periods of recording and a lot of slow motion for higher end projects, definitely the Sony A7S III will be victorious over the ZV-E1. Now let's talk about the price point of these cameras for what you're getting out of each perspective body, since we just basically covered that. The Sony A7S III comes in at $3,500, but you can get it used at around $2,500 to $2,700 depending where you get it from. The ZV-E1 comes in at $2,200, but you can also get it used at around $1,800 to $1,900 depending where you get it from as well. Personally, I bought both of mine used and I was able to save a good amount of money on them. So if you're able to get a good used body for either of these to save some money at a reputable place like B&H, Adorama, and places like that, then I would highly recommend it. This will allow you to allocate better funds for your other parts of the gear that you might need when it comes down to building your camera gear kit. So which one will be better bang for your buck? Well, that all depends on you if you're wanting to have a more pro-like body for pro high-end type of projects to be able to cater to those types of productions, or if you're wanting to be a more everyday for good content creation with pro-like features still and a little bit of a smaller body that has some limitations. So that truly is really up to you. For me personally, I love both these cameras for their own perspective things and reasons of what I use them for. So you can't really go wrong with either of them. It just really is all about what you need within your budget and what you want out of the camera. Now let's talk about in-camera features and video recordings that you can get out of these cameras. With the ZV-E1, you get the new dynamic active stabilization that comes in with the camera to be able to stabilize your footage a lot smoother without having to use a gimbal. This allows a lot better and greater footage on the go and needs to do a lot more if you need to do more videoing type of stuff without having to bring too much gear. The Sony A7S III has that active steady shot, which can be still very great and usable, but not as good as the dynamic active stabilization of the ZV-E1. But the weight of the camera does help out to stabilize the footage a little bit more when you're on the go due to the weight of it and the counterbalance when using it handheld with your lenses. So it's still totally usable. It just, have to be more careful with it. One thing that I love about the ZV-E1 is that you have the ability to put in your custom LUTs over in your footage to see how it's going to look in camera, which is something that you don't get to do on the Sony A7S III. I know Sony could update that in a firmware update, but sadly, I don't see that happening anytime soon, which kind of sucks. Now, let's talk a little bit more on the side of the video footage and what you can make out of all of them for these cameras. Both cameras shoot 4K 24 frames per second, all the way up to the 4K 120 frames per second in 10-bit 422. You also can have the ability to shoot 240 frames per second in HD if you want to do that extra slow motion footage, but the drawback is obviously in HD. Both cameras have the capability since they use the same sensors, so in all honesty, when it comes down to the side-to-side kind of video of the cameras, you're going to have exactly the same type of results. One of the main differences is that with the Sony A7S III, you do have a mechanical shutter. So if you like to do a little bit more of photo without having any banding or issues with lights that I've had like with my ZV-E1, then you'll have it better off with the Sony A7S III since you can use a mechanical shutter to do better photos. As you've seen throughout the video, the examples of videos and photos that I've created with both these cameras, to be honest, if I didn't tell you which one was which, I highly doubt you would be able to tell which camera I used to film these shots as well as the photos that I took with them. Both cameras are phenomenal and they provide great capabilities. They provide great video and photos as long as you use them accordingly, just like any other camera. So in my honest opinion, you can't go wrong with either of these cameras since they're both amazing. They both serve their different purposes for whatever you might need that is, well, ultimately up to you. For me, both cameras just do their job when it comes down to having an everyday type of vlogging camera or behind the scenes for my YouTube videos, as well as any kind of work that I might need to do more professionally for my businesses or for other businesses that I might work with. So you can't really go wrong with either of them. It just really depends what you're gonna use them for and what you want out of them. If you have any questions regarding either of these cameras or any clarity that I could help you out whenever it comes down to deciding which one would be best for you, please leave a comment down below and I'll be more than happy to help out and advise accordingly from my experience and see if it'll help out your decision a little bit easier when it comes down to choosing either of these cameras. But with all that said and done, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe, share this video with a friend. I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.